tutorial, I took an old pair of Levi's and turned them into this denim pencil skirt. I've never actually seen a denim pencil skirt before, so I decided to make one for myself and I love it. This is definitely my favorite tutorial so far, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
So the first thing I had to do was try the pants on to get an idea of the length I wanted. I marked it with a pin, and then I cut one leg at a time because the fabric was too thick to do it all at once. Next, I had to seam rip the inner thighs. I also had to seam rip the front and the back seams high enough for the fabric to lay flat, which for me was up to the fly in the front and just below the pockets in the back. Next, I took the front inseam and pinned it into place, making sure the skirt is laying flat. I flipped the skirt over and cut off the excess fabric and folded the hem to give the back slit a cleaner look. Then I pinned the back seam into place. I had a little trouble here with bubbling in the back and I had to seam rip it and resew it, so make sure you try on during the pinning process to ensure the fit is correct. Then I grabbed a pencil skirt from my closet to be sure the denim skirt fits the way I wanted it to. Lay it flat, making sure both the waists of the skirts align at the top and pin to mark. I went back and marked it with a marker so it'd be easier to sew. I used extra strong thread that matched the existing top stitching on the jeans for a more finished look. Then I used my sewing machine to sew it into place with a single stitch and cut off the excess fabric. I then ironed the back slit and sewed it into place. I wanted to replicate the existing double top stitch, so that's what I did. I do recommend making sure the fit is good before sewing the second top stitch. I had to seam rip both out to fix my bubble, which was a rookie mistake. Since I was feeding so much fabric through the machine and the angle was kind of awkward, I struggled a bit to get it to lay flat, so take your time during the sewing process. And this is the final result of the back of the skirt. So next up, I need to fill in that slit in the front of the skirt, and I did that by using one of the legs I had cut off earlier. I cut out a rectangle big enough to fill in the gap and pinned it into place underneath the skirt. I stitched it into place and I used the old top stitching as a guideline to double top stitch the skirt together. I sewed one side into place at a time and made sure I sewed all the way up to where I had originally seam ripped, so up to the fly. And the sewing is done. All I had left to do was clean up the hem and the inside seams. I decided to leave it as a raw hem and I used my fabric scissors to even it out. I also cut the extra fabric folded over in the back to reduce bulk and carefully cut the extra fabric in the front, making sure I'm not catching the front of the skirt while cutting. And that is my DIY denim pencil skirt, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I would say the only challenge that I faced with this was the back of the skirt. Getting this not to bubble was a little bit difficult and I had to seam rip and start over. But yeah, I recommend trying on as you go to avoid this issue. So yeah, thanks for watching my video and I'll see you next time. Bye!